Hello my little worms, I'm Day, and welcome back to Steam Roulette, the show where I play a randomly selected game from my Steam library for the very first time, with minimal editing. And today we are playing Orwell, Ignorance is Strength. I don't remember a lot about what it said about this game's premise. I think it was some sort of like secret government organization like covering things up or something? Something along those sort of lines, but yes, I have no idea what this game is going to be like in the slightest, so I'm excited to find out. Welcome. You have been accepted into Orwell, whatever Orwell is. Please create a profile. Profile 1, yes, create. Congratulations! You have been selected for special duty. Please create a profile. Select a profile picture. There's definitely a lot of pictures of people. Which ones of this do I prefer? The one that immediately makes me want to choose is this one, because I like the hair. What do some of the other ones look like? Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. I like the hair. My name, Day. That is my name. Don't wear it out. Next step. Did you know you are one of, 131,799 accepted applicants? That's a lot of applicants. You may now enter your email address. I'm assuming this is not actually important. Entering your email address will allow us to inform you about updates on your Orwell case, potential new cases, and monthly e-newsletters about news-related products and more. Your information will be handled with care and not used by any other persons. I don't think this is all that important, so next. Be diligent. Your duty is to safeguard the nation. Please agree to the following terms. I am willing to severely affect the lives of citizens and non-citizens of the nation. Such a very specific nation that we're referring to in particular. I will do whatever is necessary to keep the nation from harm. While working, I will only adhere to the statutes and principles of the office. I guess I have to agree to that. Can I not? What happens if I don't? Damn. They've thought of everything. I agree. Finish. Setting up profile. Thank you. No, thank you. For ensuring the safety of something. I didn't read the rest of that. Welcome, Agent. Thank you for heeding the call of the office. Agent Investigator Pairing. There are no investigators available for pairing at this time. Please refer to the regular Orwell program. Next step. Aptitude test. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. The test requires you to complete a series of tasks, follow the on-screen instructions carefully, and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Interesting. Note that an insufficient test result will disqualify you for special duty permanently. Why am I very worried about that permanently? Task 1. Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? Drag and drop at least one of the highlighted statements, data chunks, into the answer sheet on the left of the screen. Note that your choices are permanent. I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security program. I want to make the nation a safer place. I like spying on people. Fun. I want to protect people from harm. I'm in for the money. I'm worried about these options here. Maybe that one? Sure. I want to be a pioneer in the most advanced security program because I'm a little worried about some of these other options here. Is there a reason to give multiple answers or is it just one? I don't know. So let's just next. Which of the following persons do you consider likely of having committed a crime? Well then. This feels already a very loaded question. I'm going to pick the first person because I don't want to actually get myself in trouble for anything particular. So I'm just picking a person from like the very first one instead of actually making any sort of choice. Which of the following statements do you consider to be true, if any? An unjust law can and should be violated. Interesting. There is no such thing as a justified lie. There are two sides to every story. Our government should safeguard the citizens by any means necessary, and absolute truth exists. Now, I feel like I should be picking this option just based on the job that it is. So let's go with that one. Alright. Next. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? Interesting. I don't know, because like dating profiles, like it's already information you're putting out there very publicly for people anyway, so I guess dating profile? Why is this being a problem to drag these? I don't know. That one, sure. Next up. Which information from your dating profile would you give to an investigator willingly? Well, the picture, clearly. That's probably fine. I don't see that there's too much of a problem. maybe just like sexual orientation, duration of last relationship. Those aren't too bad. Full transcript maybe a little bit much. I'm not sure about like the quirks and stuff, but maybe those first three are fine. Confronted with the situation below, which action would you take? Your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you are working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Ooh. Without saying anything to my friend, I inform the national authorities at the next possibility. I warn my friend that I am working for Orwell too, and I will have to inform the authorities if this continues. But like, talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. If I warn them about working for that too, I'm talking about my job and then also should be imprisoned. That feels like a very loaded answer there. A faint ignorance but hint my friend talking about such a delicate job might not be advisable. I do nothing about it. I feel like logically they want me to pick the first answer. Next step. Insufficient results. Wow. I still failed. The office has rejected you as an agent for special duty due to your answers in the aptitude test. But you ask for it, the test shall be reset, and you'll be given another chance. I guess... I kind of want to pick the second option, just because, like, what happens if I do? Upload complete.
Hello, O'Brien. Is that you?
I have to disappoint you.
What? Raban, what? How? After all this time? I didn't think you'd...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I have not been blessed with a short memory.
What? Raban, listen. It wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment. Before being sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth, but Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this...
That is a pretty simple question.
I've been pondering over for a very long time now.
It's pretty complicated.
How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda. It is all cut
definitely not wrong.
Size, proportioned, ready to be consumed, and yet we
it's not very tasty though.
Swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
The opposite of lies. What is lies? The opposite of truth. Good enough.
There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. You soon will be.
What?
Uh-oh.
Why? You. How did you manage? How?
Manage what?
What?
Interesting. Okay then. Don't have any context for that, but sure. Episode 1. Thesis. This is very white. It's blinding. Thank you. Much better. Ample forward. So you would accept disqualification just like that. You're either downright stupid or you are very loyal towards us. You might be exactly whom I need. I picked the right option. My name is Ampleford. I am a part of a special division within the government, the office. We get called in for the delicate matters. Oh, good to know. A man called Oleg Bakay disappeared a couple of days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I listened to half of it. I have added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again, or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Yes, I paid attention to most of it. I think I stopped paying attention somewhere in this bit. Yeah, is this line. I didn't pay attention to what was actually said during this one. You're disappointing. You're the disappointing one. You of all people should. Yeah, it was talking to Oleg Bakay. There's only one thing. The truth but there. Truth is dead. Yep. So yeah, it was only that line. I missed that single line because I was distracted saying something. I don't really need to look at it again, so I guess unknown person. What about this unknown person? So I see that you are not paired with an investigator. I guess I better walk you through some of the basics then. Within Orwell, you take the role of the investigator. Mind you, you're not a regular investigator though, but rather an agent on special duty. Your main task is to search online documents and extract relevant pieces of data called data chunks. Yes, that was mentioned before. those data chunks appear in a multitude of documents, but will always relate to our investigative nature? Target. Our investigative target in some way. In our case, that target is Bakay. Makes sense. For starters, upload Oleg Bakay's name from the transcript to his file by dragging it onto the profile on the left. Yes, it was down here, and yes. Is it going to be problematic with dragging like it was during the earlier bit? Because definitely several times I was like clicking try dragging, I'm like, why aren't you dragging? Why aren't you dragging? Then finally it would drag, and I was like, okay, thank you. Good. This profile is now primed on Oleg Bakay. Now other data chunks related to this person might appear. Ooh, check the transcript for newly found data chunks. Truth is dead as you soon will be. That seems pretty important. So the person is soon to be dead. That's an odd thing to say, isn't it? We're talking that as a death threat. Taking. I was like, why talking? We're taking that as a death threat. There you go. As did the National Beholder. Yes. Now, whenever you upload a data chunk, Orwell will search for online documents with related content and add them to your bookmarks. What sort of related content? To just Oleg threatened with death? Okay, so you can go into here and the National Beholder is the most respectable news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you heard ended in their newsroom. Why? That's a piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. Interesting. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bakay. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. Okay, so that's him. Yes, there we go. Not exactly the most tender smile, but that's not what we're here for after all. Fair. Is anti-Kassat blog involved in, how do I even say this? Pargesian? Possibly. Soldier's disappearance. Recorder call indicates direct involvement of blog, the people's voice in the disappearance of Pargesian army officer Oleg Bakay, which I'm assuming that would then count for the profession. Relay document found. As you see, Oleg Bakay is an important figure in the Parges army, our neighboring country. We are very concerned about his fate. Do you think I read a very generic The Nation, but apparently the neighboring one has just actually got an actual name? Very fascinating. What's this? An audio recording of a phone conversation between Pargesian army officer Oleg Bakay and Rabban Vat. Now, that seems like an important thing to have, because the Vat person definitely seems quite important. Rabban Vat, that's a name that Oleg Bakay mentioned during the call. Yes. As you see, a new profile has been added, but since Vat isn't a target person, Orwell will not search for related documents. Interesting. Let's focus on Bakay for the moment. We'll get back to Vat in a second. Is there anything else important here? Was leaked to the National Beholder late Monday evening. Rabban Vat is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog The People's Voice. In the ominous recording, which has since been verified by experts, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bakay would be dead soon. In the light of Bakay's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved in or may otherwise have incited the incident. That seems very highly likely here. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Kassat administration of Parges and their alliance with The Nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. Yes, very fascinating. Bomb obliterates... what did I even just say? Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. What sort of letter are you saying here? At approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 30 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. I guess that's good. I don't know. This doesn't seem super relevant. I'm not saying I think we can click from this one, so it might not be helpful. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade, good to know, and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirm that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Die Gedanken sind frei. free, I don't know, the thoughts are free, had reached local authorities. I'm sure I entirely butchered the pronunciation of that because I don't speak German. I did do a year of German in high school, but I've forgotten all of that. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Yeah, that didn't seem all that important. Look at this. Captain, right? Call sign Janice, yeah, that does seem pretty important to know. Agent, you may have noticed by now that for every data chunk you upload, 10 minutes of time pass due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. Good to know. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress on our case. Keep this in mind. Ooh. So we've got to be very careful with what we're actually putting into it because time is passing when we do it, I guess. Janice, how fitting, he still goes by this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. Interesting. I should probably get the affiliation. That does seem pretty important. I'm going to say most things in here are probably pretty important to be taking, regardless of the time that passes. Assigned for protection of Prava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group Forces of True Parges during Prava Civil War. That does seem pretty important. The Medal of Honor, I'm not sure if that is something that we particularly need, though. Like, it might come up. There's definitely situations where that could come up, but I don't know. Probably, like, because it's an early thing and I think we're really pressed for time, maybe we should just anyway. A bloody mess, that Civil War. Parges has suffered a great deal from it. So did the nation. It's the only other thing on here, and this does seem pretty important, so I'm gonna put that one, even though we might not need that one. There's a high likelihood that it doesn't come up, but maybe it will. Oh yes, Oleg Bakay is a paragon of honor. Yes, I'm just not sure if the fact that they're a paragon of honor is gonna come up a lot. Is there anything else we got here that's important? Because we've got the search database. That was everything that we saw in there, was just that, I guess. But we haven't looked at this. Yeah, there we go. So there's two more things on here. We have negotiations. Pargesian president abort negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in whatever. Blaine encourages renewal. Doesn't look like there's anything here, so for now I'm going to ignore that one. What was the other one? A movie shooting has been completed. Again, that doesn't seem super important right now, so I can probably ignore that, but it might possibly come up more later on. Go back here. So let's look at the search database. Please insert call sign. While yes, we are in fact worried about our relations with Parges because of Bakay, you will see that the whole truth is more complex. As you're not a simple investigator, you have access to an Orwell build designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profiler in the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Interesting. Make good use of this ability within our database and the data stored in Bakay's profile so far to solve my little mystery. So enter the call sign, which of course we know. Where was listed over here? Somewhere. There it is. Insert. Then just click back up there. File YR3W56 Janice. You did it. Well done. I'll leave you to your well-deserved info for a moment. You truly understand why... not you truly. I need to get better at speaking. To truly understand why this case is so precarious. So we can upload that to get another picture of them, I assume. Is that important? I don't know. I feel like doing it anyway. So we can change that to a more flattering picture. And yeah, in case you're wondering, yes, that really is the same person. Indeed, apparently it is. Date of birth, nationality. Well, we already know the nationality, but the date of birth could be important. Yeah, I guess put the nationality in, but it's not necessarily something that will be super important, but maybe it'll come up at some point and I'll need to specifically drag from that, so I guess it's important. Confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Let's put that over there. We definitely need that phone. That's going to be very important. Yes, Bakay is our informant, placed inside the Pargesian army for years, now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp the danger this poses should it ever come out. Yes, that does seem mildly and also majorly concerning. We need to understand what happened and then possibly retrieve him or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we will have to investigate the person who called him last, Rabban Vart. Indeed. You already found a trace to him before on the Beholder. I will turn Vart into a target person now, trying to pick up from there. Yes, we definitely need that, though. Right, let's drag that over. Alright, tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. That does also seem pretty important. Luckily, Bouquet is using one of our registered phone devices to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. Ooh, you can access it using the Insider tool, which I will unlock for you now. Helpful. But yes, using the name of people close to him as passwords is important. So we're going to need to learn people close to him, I guess, to be able to do that. Of course, we do inspect and observe the habits of our agents. What did you expect? Yes, but, So we're going to have to find people close to you to actually be able to do anything with that, unfortunately. I wonder if at some point we're going to learn more call signs related to this. I don't think there's anything we can do with that now. We can look at the phone, though. We need a key. Of course, Bouquet has locked his phones with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You can't break your own encryption tool? Probably for the best, actually. You will have to do this the old-fashioned way, by finding and applying Bouquet's key. See if you can find a hint to discover his password. Is it going to be like a number thing, letters? Like, it depends. You may have to dig a little deeper to uncover it, though, so it may be advisable to check other resources first. Indeed. I'm going to assume it's going to be like a number thing, but it could be letters. Maybe letters and numbers, that would be a lot more secure, so possibly something along those lines. What can we learn about Mr. Vart, though? How do I get back to where I was before? There. That was what I needed. So we can look here, so if there's anything else. I don't think there is, though. History. Army as it exists today was formed by the General Cassart as he freed Parges from the oppressive Fayyad regime in 2004. Doesn't seem all that important, though. Anything else I can look at in here? Guess not. We can look at this again. Vart is known as the editor-in-chief and founder of the highly controversial blog. Yeah, that's an important bit to put over there. Ew. The People's Voice, we've heard of them. This preposterous news site has people rallying for protest in Parges for years. Judging by that call, Rabban Vart and Oleg Bouquet seemed well acquainted, even if it isn't the most friendly relationship, apparently. So he's probably not using that for one of his passwords, but you never know. Your task here is twofold, Agent. First and foremost, we are to locate Oleg Bouquet. Indeed. Then, in order to understand whether Vart is behind Bouquet's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. Indeed. I don't know how we're going to find that information, but yes. So now we have got information on that in particular. Alright. Was there anything in here specifically about this Vart person? Apparent corporal, sergeant, wounded in combat. It's possible that in some way related to that. I don't know. If we can find out that Vart is like a soldier and has a call sign or something, that might be pretty important. But since we don't currently know that, we can't really look through there to find any information. We can look at the People's Voice, though. One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of powers defined by the Ethical Codex. Orwell was designed in such a way that not one person alone can look at the document and interpret the data to make a judgment. I am the one who decides what to do with said information and to take action, the advisor. You, on the other hand, are the one doing the searching for data, as well as deciding what to upload, as you will often find misleading and false information. Try disabling data chunks that seem illegitimate or unimportant to you in the data chunk information window. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I'm concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. The nation burns again. 3 people are murdered because of blatant incompetence. That feels like it's probably not going to be super important, but I don't know. The nation, its corrupt leadership, and all of their deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing victims upon their shoulders. Is it important that they blame the assaults on the government? Maybe. Thanks to People's Voice and our efforts to get the facts to the people, the situation in the nation has been rather calm. That definitely seems unimportant. Yeah, I'd probably disable that one. But I guess him believing that is potentially important, so I will upload that. Rabban Vart seems like a real charmer after all that the officers learned about him, which is not overly surprising after that phone call, I guess. He won't stop exploiting assaults and misfortune of the nation for his own ends. This moment isn't any different. Indeed. Go back onto the homepage. I need to push the back button more instead of doing this. President Parvin stops re-election plans. What does this say? Believes Pargesian President Cassart to be nation-controlled. Is that important? I'm not sure. Has called to take to the streets on April 12th, 2017. It's a date, which to me, like anything that contains like a date and something occurring tends to be important. And he said, "Let there be riots," and there were riots. How did this man gain such an immense influence over his followers? I don't quite know. Yes, I'll ignore the other bit for now. We've got an About Us page. So we can get a picture of him, which is definitely helpful. Yeah, it's good to have a picture so that we can, like, when we see other pictures of potentially the same person, we can actually know who it is by like, looking at the picture and stuff. I imagine that's more what that's for. Editors, I'm not sure if any of that's going to be important right now. Supported through donations. People's Voice is supported by the Angels of the Nation Network, a volunteer team who provides development assistance in Parges. That does seem kind of important to know where they're being funded from. And I would like to know how to get in touch. So, yeah, I think I'll take that. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Yes, that's another thing as well. We can look actually through the account. Once Rabban Vart receives an email or sends one through that account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Very helpful. Does that mean I have to wait for specific times for emails to be sent as well? So I've got to find a certain amount of information before it will then actually tell me that sort of stuff. That seemed like most of the stuff on there. We didn't take everything, but yes. So we can look at this now. Orwell notifies me you just encountered a conflicted data chunk. I have the feeling this will be a more frequent thing from now on. If Orwell deems the contents of two data chunks to be contradictory, it will notify you by flagging them as conflicted. You'll have to make a choice. Which one of the conflicted data chunks to upload, or to upload neither. When uploading a conflicted data chunk, the one you leave behind will be marked as invalid forever. So please be vigilant. Oh no. So what's currently being here? So this. So you're trying to seem unhappy about it, but you clearly are. So I think this one's just, it's not that important here. We don't really need to worry about that. Yeah, so so I guess it's these two. So it's saying, will certainly not be missed, and I'm not happy either that has gone missing. So yes, you're conflicting yourself in those two messages, but we already know from like a previous thing that clearly like it'll be this one. So yes, we just need to get rid of that one. Get rid of that one, put that one in, then get rid of the other one, I mean, but yes. Of course, he had to brag about Bakay's disappearance after the threat. Still, that doesn't answer whether Vart is responsible for what happened. No, it doesn't, but we don't know like if he's responsible, but we definitely know there's definitely some beef between them, so he's definitely not gonna be like, oh no, I'm so disappointed the person I clearly don't like has gone missing. Oh, the humanity. This article is ridiculous propaganda. Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Time to get rid of this enemy. Yeah, that seems, again, pretty important. Views mainstream media as enemy. I mean, this is just very obvious information. Like, is it important for us to have this recorded in here? I'm not sure. I'll leave that for now. Okay, go back here. So we have a discussion on the admin thing. Interesting. What have you done, Rabban? It sounds like they are accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done to Oleg Bakay, Rabban? Tell us the truth. What is this? Just a link to the thing. Okay. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure that Rabban can offer an explanation. Hopefully. I'm starting to doubt whether TPV represent what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Pargesian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As part of that, it is our duty to criticize the Pargesian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Well, good to know, Shannon, that you certainly do not kill people. If I find out that you do actually kill people later on, Shannon, I'm going to be a little pissed at you. So let's hope that doesn't come to light. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe the National Beholder Prince? They're only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bakay's disappearance. Did I call him short? Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You admit to... That doesn't matter if you admit it to, like, we know you did. So do we need to really take that information? I don't know. Before we left Parges, Bakay had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. That does seem very important. So what is this contradictory with? But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Okay, so left Parges for the nation to find work. Is it these two that are in conflict? Well, I guess that one's like yellow, so what's it in conflict with? I don't know. But yeah, I reckon we need this. That seems important. But yeah, what is this in conflict with? Ah, I see. The two know each other back from where they lived in Parges. Well done, Agent. Yes, that's what we were learning. With the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research of the lead up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened, and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Vart making the threat to Oleg Bakay, and an explanation as to how Vart could contact him on his protected phone. Yes, that does seem pretty important. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. But what is this in conflict with? Oh, so can we push show conflict to actually see where it is? God damn it, stop closing the thing. I'm pushing show conflict, but it's not doing anything. I guess it says unknown data hunt. I don't like. Is it because we haven't found the thing? Is that the problem there? There's no drafts. Log, change header image to profile that. Made changes to the donations plugin. Signed off. We can look at people in particular. I don't know if there's anything we can do with that. And there's no data points related to them, so this seems unimportant. We can go back to headlines. Crime rate continues to drop. Interesting. Let's go on to this then. Latest numbers of crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Well, helpful. Ooh, safety bill. Is there any data points that we can grab from this? Don't think so right now, but it's definitely good to know. So what are we looking at here? Thread. What are you planning on doing against the FTP? From Yanina. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations and do not want to leave. But since the FTP started the civil war, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Dear Miss Lavrova, I guess Lavrova, probably close enough. The administration of Prava is currently in contact with the officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. This is a joke, right? Keep calm, people are dying out there. My greatest concern is the well-being, that's going to be important, of my children. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I would rather make them stay at home during times like these, especially since I already lost my husband who died serving in the Pargesian army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Mayor Grabovac? Close enough, hopefully. This is our most important issue right now. Okay, I sincerely understand your concerns, Miss Tascola. As the school's principal, interesting, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. We need that. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we are supposed to change things in Prava, but nobody ever takes action. We are going to leave Prava and Parges. Goodbye, folks. It's really hard to read this, Liz. It has been really mediocre to know you. Well, that might explain his preachy attitude, indeed. Ooh, Oleg Bakay. Leaving Parges, and this is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country. And go where? The nation, this pitiful stretch of land, never. Aha. So it doesn't think highly of the nation and never wants to go there. Ooh. I don't know which of those information is very important here. It seems like you do think highly of the nation, but... Because, you were working, with them as, a mole, right? So it's, it kind of feels like that you must have something with the nation. So are you openly being saying things against the nation as a cover? Maybe. Believe me, you would be better off dying as a loyal citizen of Parges than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I have devised my own way to break Prava and show that I am a true Pargesian patriot. I'm going to volunteer for the Pargesian army and fight to free this country from the plague known as the FTP. Seriously, Oleg, you have a daughter. She is only 11 years old and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think the FTP is fighting for the right causes. I will take that one. Maybe with the wrong methods, after all. I don't believe Kassat will be doing us any good, considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Kassat's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Terrorist fits the picture. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you're a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter, let's take that, Radka. Did that even move? Oh, wrong profile. All right. How do I see profiles? I don't know. These are all those. Oh, that one, I guess. Yep. Yes. Daughter, there. Okay. I was kind of like assuming that I would just drag it and just put it into the right profile automatically, but I guess I do have to be going through them individually like this. Alright. You've been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well, and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I am gone? I am not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I am certainly not on their side. All I am saying is that you should try thinking a bit more critically towards the government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that, and I am also not a Pargesian army sympathizer. By the way, I didn't just sympathize, by the way. I think I left too much of a gap when saying that. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do not have our disagreement. We do not. We do have. Not do not. We do have a disagreement sometimes, but you were a good person and a good teacher, Raban. Okay. That was just where we were before? Yeah, it's just because this is still here. I don't know which one is accurate right now, is the thing. So I'm inclined to think that, like, they're not entirely against the nation because they were working with the nation, but also, are they actually working with the nation, or are they might not be. Like, there's always the possibility that they're actually, like, a double agent, and they actually are working for the thing, and they're pretending to work it. Oh, God, it's too complicated. So we can look at the school. Principal determined to keep school services going. School administration has requested protection by the army. Is that important? Sure. Let's take that just in case. It could come up. Wait, army protection for a school? Seriously, things must have been bad, or someone must have been really worried. Indeed. The school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities by upgrading our library to a completely autonomous shelter situated in the basement of the school. That's also pretty important for the same sort of thing, so I guess I'll take that. An autonomous shelter at the school. Seems a bit overprotective if you ask me, but then again, considering he thought about getting the army protection, this pales in comparison. Indeed. I don't think there's anything else in there right now. We can look at the faculty. So we can get another picture of you, but I'm not sure how important that is right now. I guess that, like, it seems like it might come up that you teach those specific things. So I guess I'll take that, but yeah, we don't really need another picture. I'm not sure if any of these people are going to be important. We need to know, like, the people that are close to the other guy, because he apparently uses those in passwords, but yeah, I'm not sure for this guy's as much. Ooh, a date. We had a date somewhere. That date. I missed. Yes. Show me this. There are no attendance records for this date. That's unfortunate. It's the only date that we have, I think, so I guess that's not important right now. We can go back. There's this now. So I guess let's have a look at this. Oh, and that's where we were before. What else is there? I don't know at this point. Is there anything else in the school thing? Like, I feel like I looked at everything in the school. Well, we do have the listener one, so maybe something has shown up in here. Hey Raban, I finished revising the article you sent me and scheduled it for 3 PM like you asked. Don't know if I'll be available for another one. I'm going to be a bit occupied. I was going to say preoccupied, that's just what occupied, so occupied tonight. Maybe I can spare some time remotely if I get a chance. One more thing, the bouquet thing is getting ugly. Lots of TNB believers are flooding us with threats on Blabber. Did you read any of that? Creeping me out. You know, I'd go to any lengths with you. Just like when you moved to the nation, you're my brother. Aha. That seems important. I don't know entirely how, but it does seem important. Nothing can change that. It's even fine if you're not telling me the whole truth. What about Karen? They even insult her. She doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Don't you think it's about time you gave out a statement? You can easily debunk these lies. Ilya. Who are you? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all that we can currently see from there. Okay, we can look at Blabber here. What the hell? So you started threatening Parisian soldiers now? This is going too far. I'm not sure if that's important. Yeah, because of course he's going to be. Tell us the truth about what happened. It's just, again, not super important. And yeah, I think we already looked at that one. So yeah, that's not all that important right now. We said goodbye to our dear home. See you on the other side. It has been about a week since I started the journey from my hometown Parava to the borders of the nation, together with my brother, so there we go, that's the brother, who is the only family that I have left. I decided to seek new life elsewhere. We have lost everything, our workplace, our homes, and many of our friends. I even lost my ability to walk. That might come up. I could definitely see a situation where that could definitely come up. This journey surprised me. How did that happen? I don't know. It would be interesting to find out, though. Ooh, we can look at the medical things. Date of birth. Yeah, I would like that. Currently residing in that. Yeah, I would definitely like to know that he resides in the Outer Bonton reception camp. So, yes, we will be taking that. What? Still? I doubt that somehow. Yeah, it does seem potentially unlikely they're there right now, but who knows? It was definitely at least an address. Had been buried by concrete blocks for at least 24 hours following the bombing of a school building in his hometown, Parava. Well, that's an explanation for the thing. I guess it's important to have an explanation. So I guess we'll take that. What, buried? And he survived this? Apparently. I guess they didn't bury him hard enough. Oh, what's this? Using a wheelchair. Like, that's pretty, like, self-explanatory here. Like, he's unable to walk, which means he's probably using a wheelchair. Is there anything else that's important? Okay, crime statistics continue to get faked. I'm not sure how important that is right now, though. Okay, anything else on here? Ooh, a contradictory thing. His daughter was absent on the day her school was attacked. Aha. So I know that he was one of the people in charge during the Parava school attack, since knowing that would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. Okay, that's important. So what was the date that this happened? I am not responsible for the disappearance of that. Besides, this man is no angel either. I have reason to believe he was involved in this horrid attack on the school back in 2010. Okay, that does seem an important thing to have. Yeah, we need to know that exact date. Because, like, 2010 is not really good enough. If he really believes that, this could be a strong motive. Good. We can't work solely on what Rabban Vart believes, though. We need to clarify whether there are more hints of Bakay being involved in this, which is why I feel like we need to know if they did not attend before we can actually say, like, this in particular. So we need to know what date that actually was. Well, there you are again. To do anything important here. Ran out to the shed and saved these children from certain death in this hellish attack. I cannot actually necessarily believe that to be the case is the problem. Do we have anything else that we can, like, look at right now? So we still don't have this information, so I don't know what to do with that. There's nothing else in there. I don't really know where to go from a lot of these right now. So I need to know when that attack happened, but when did it happen? It was in 2010. Where do I find that listed, though? I don't know. Not mentioning, like, this sort of stuff, is it? Guess not. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... Because, like, what about in the medical thing? It's like, that's your date of birth. Date recorded in 2011. That's not super helpful then. Yeah, none of that seems important. I need to know when this attack happened. I don't know. Do we need to try to get some more information on some of these other people? I'm not sure. The party... Nothing else in the headlines that was really important. If only I could look much further back in it, because, like, these are clearly going to be more recent things, and I need to know things from way back to actually do much. I feel like I'm a little stuck right now on what I actually need to be doing. Is that just sending me back to where I was a second ago? Okay. Because nothing important in there. How do I learn the stuff? I don't quite know. I definitely need to figure it out, but I don't know where I can figure it out from. Yeah, but, like, none of those stuff is super important. No, they wouldn't mention it in the crime thing either. Let's seems unimportant. Anything else in here that would be important? Doesn't look like we can pick anything from that though, so yeah, I guess not. Is there anything we can check in here? I don't know. Like, there's nothing that we can grab from in here before. I don't see any mentions of 2010. There's no list of dates in that one either. We need dates. Dates are pretty important here. So I need more information about your daughter and stuff. I don't quite know. Now, my question here is that functional here? Hey, I guess it's right. Alright, because I was like, the daughter's a pretty good thing. I just didn't know if it was going to be like words or like numbers or something. Orwell reports you have removed the encryption from Bakay's device. Open sesame. Indeed. Good work, Agent. This will aid us greatly. Indeed. So we can look at your contacts. You have Libby Briggs. Interesting. You have this person. Collins Benjamin. None of this seems super important right now since we don't know any of these people really. That name does seem vaguely familiar though. Unsure. We can look at Trace. Okay, well we definitely need to know that then. So you're currently at there, apparently. Although I kind of doubt it though. Oleg Bakay is in his former hometown. Peculiar. Why is he hiding out there? Or rather, from whom? Rabenvart? Or is he actually there? What we know is that the phone is there, not that he is there. Excellent work. We will retrieve Oleg Bakay once we have a clear picture as to why he has gone missing in the first place, and what that call meant. Indeed. We can look at the gallery. Okay. Interesting. Is that it? Yeah, it doesn't seem that important. Messages. I fear that my cover might have been blown. I expect Vart to be behind it. If this is true, this could seriously hurt us. Okay, we definitely want to be grabbing that then. And now proceeding according to the protocol for a situation like this, moving to a secret location in order to conceal my whereabouts. Okay. He tried to warn us that Vart had compromised his cover. How could Vart have done that? How did he know? I don't know. Keep looking for an answer. There must be something we haven't found out about this mess yet. Okay, let's do that as well. Okay, we've got to wait for it to be done. Yes. So, saying that he moved there according to, like, thing is pretty important. What else is that supposed to mean? Hiding, you mean voluntarily? There was no plan which included going to hiding anywhere. But apparently he thinks that there was. Okay, that's definitely important to know. That would go into the other one, though, because this is... okay, we need Vart for this. I'm not sure how that's going to come up much here, but yes, it's probably important to have this. With this number, we can track Rabenvart's calls to and from his mobile phone within the Listen tool. Okay, again, that's why it's important. Do you want to tune in now? Sure. Calling. Who?
Karen, my love.
Hey.
Having a good day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
I'm saying unknown person.
I called to tell you I'll be home late today. I'm sorry.
Again?
Oh no, not again.
They don't pay you enough for all the time you give them.
It's not about payment, and you know that. These people rely on me. They need me.
Yeah?
Who are these people?
Well, I need my wife at home with me some of the time.
Okay, your wife.
Am I asking for too much?
Raban, not so long ago, you were among them. You have been in their position.
Yes, I know that. So was Ilya, so were the others. Yet none of us were national soldiers responsible for invading and ravaging countries. If it weren't for them driving refugees out in the first place, why, we wouldn't need these camps.
Mm-hmm.
This, again? We talked about this multiple times.
I'm well aware that this extra time you spend there is for her, isn't it?
Raban, she is... I'm worried, that's all. She's more reclusive now than ever. Something isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
One more reason to avoid her.
You want me to cherry pick who deserves my assistance and who doesn't? All people get the same treatment, the same attention. That's my mandate.
Good.
I thought you loved that about me.
I do. You're
do
right.
You?
Of course you are. You always are.
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, are you good with me getting home late tonight then?
I am.
Thank you.
I will be waiting for you.
No, don't wait. It might get late.
Well, I can hardly go anywhere else.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Of course, there's
Anyway,
always stuff,
I'll
just that
talk to you
I
later.
am pure.
See you.
Okay, yeah, we definitely want that first bit, the wife bit. That could definitely come up. I guess we'll grab this other bit. Makes me wonder how it must feel to be married to this guy. Indeed. Yes, knowing about the wife could potentially get us more information somewhere else. 2 dead after second explosion. Uh-oh. Invasion Tisk. Our efforts in Parges were justified operation to restore and keep the peace. And we succeeded, if I might add that. Are you sure about that? Alright, well that seems not the most important past that point, though. So we're looking here. Okay, so there's another explosion. These 2 people dead, 3 inch. Once again, a letter has been received just for the crime. But is any of this currently important to what we're doing? Click on the ads. Click on the ads. No, damn. They won't let me go to the ads. Okay, what is this? Yeah, there's nothing else in here. Okay, so, arrival. What we encountered in the safe country of the nation was not what we had expected. We were assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp. We kind of already know that. The only ray of hope is our social worker, Karen, who seems to be the only one around here who really cares. She does everything possible to help us, and seeing her once a week is one of the few things keeping me going right now. So, yeah, that's what we need. Raman Vart married his assigned social worker. Do you find this as odd as I do? Yes, mildly. Yeah, I think we already know that information, right? Possibly. Outer Bonton reception camp. So yeah, we already know that from that. So I don't think we need to know that a second time. Is there anything else on here? Not seeing much right now. Did we not grab this one? We probably should. It's important to know what they're funded by, because that might come up somewhere else. Supported by a national donation network. I cannot help but wonder how they would react if we tipped them towards Vart's statements about the most recent assault. Oops. Well, we should. Tip them off. Come on. Let's do it. Still nothing in here. To do... Party when elected in 2009, meet the reparations. Is there any mention of the thing, though? No, I don't think there's any mention of that. Can we look at anything else in here? Becoming a member. People and positions. Robert Blaine. Catherine Delacroix. Peacekeeping mission. It's just here again. None of this seems the most important right now. I want to learn that specific date in 2010 so I can check if the daughter was not there and stuff like that to try to back up the claim. Is there anything else anyway here that we can look at? It's just you in there, I guess. Was there anything else in here? I guess not. I think we've seen everything in there. It might come up again at some point. We definitely couldn't grab anything from here, could we? No. Because just about that potentially would be important, but I guess not. Again, I don't really know where I need to be going right now. I don't know what the start symbols mean. Like, what does it mean when it's got that symbol versus other things? Don't quite know. Might be other pages that we've missed from certain things here. But yeah, I feel like I'm without a very clear goal right now. There's nothing else on Blabber. So we've looked through most things here, but I want to know this, but I don't know where it is to actually find another thing related to that as well. I probably need to be disabling some of these things because I just feel like random things from random people saying this stuff is just not that important. And yeah, I mean, of course you view the thing that's very blatantly obvious. I don't think we need that recorded in our things. I just don't know when it comes to saying this stuff if it's important or not. Because none of this seems like it's important over here. Because what does it say? Because that's this. We can't do anything with that date. Because these things are from 2010, which is definitely important. But yeah, it won't let me grab the date itself, so I'm assuming that none of these are the correct date. because it's not telling us the thing. We probably need to grab the date from something that's actually saying the thing, actually related to it, but yes. I don't know. I feel like I've reached a point where I don't know what I'm doing, so this might be a good ending off point. This has already been going for quite some time. I was hoping that maybe we could reach like the end of this like little bit, but I have no idea how long this is going to go on for, so I think I'm going to probably end this about here. This was definitely a very interesting game. I like trying to unravel like the story of how everything was going on here. The only problem is when you reach like a dead end like I did there, where then you don't have like a very clear set like path that you're like following through. So I was trying to get like the passcode for like the phone or whatever, and then I got that, and then it's just like after that I'm like, okay, my next goal is finding a random date from a random incident that I don't know where it's going to be mentioned anywhere, and I just, aside from that, didn't know where to really go. I just needed more information. Potentially, what I needed to do was actually upload more information to the thing, so time would pass, and then more stuff would happen. That potentially is like sort of the stuff that needed there. Maybe I was being a little too selective with the information I was actually taking over. I just feel like certain information was too obvious for me to necessarily need it in like the database. But yes, that potentially was part of the problem. But hey, I did enjoy this. This was quite a fun experience. And now it's time to find out what game we're going to be playing next time. Push the discover button, change over to the other scene. What's the game gonna be? A VR game? I don't have my VR set up, so I can't really play a VR game, so we're gonna have to re-roll this one, so terribly sorry, Star Trek Bridge Crew. I will try to get to you at some point in the future, when I've actually got my VR headset set up, because I don't have like the sensors up anywhere, so yeah, I can't really do anything with that, but yes. Attempt 2. Discover, change the other one. What's it gonna be? The World Next Door. Inspired by the emotional storytelling and thrilling action of anime and indie gaming, The World Next Door follows Jun, a rebellious teen who finds herself far from home in the magical and mysterious world of unrest. As she encounters a colorful cast of otherworldly creatures, Jun must learn to rely on her new friends to get back to Earth before time runs out. So it's a visual novel, puzzle game. Interesting, yep. Cause I think I saw some of like the gameplay just in there. Like, yeah, this, I guess. Interesting. Good to know. Definitely a video game that I will play and find out something about. I don't know. It all depends on the quality of the storytelling in a game like that, so we will have to see. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and why not subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and ring that notification bell. It does something, I still don't know what. And I'll be seeing you guys next time in The World Next Door. So for now, goodbye everybody, and roll the outro.
I gave that bastard what he deserved. A funeral. Fit for a king.